You know what you would expect in Iowa? Corn. Lots and lots of corn. Iowa also produces billions upon billions of pounds in soybeans every year. In fact, 85% of the land in Iowa is dedicated to agriculture. That's nearly the entire state, but not all of it. One tiny fragment of Iowa also produces a different type of crop. One that's not usually bountiful in America's heartland, a story-driven theme park. Some theme parks can be found in the most surprising places around the world. We've heard of parks being buried among the lush Dutch woods. We've heard of parks being built along a retired quarry wall. But a special theme park can be found in an especially unlikely spot, the sprawling fields of North Iowa. Lost Island Themepark sprouted in the US Corn Belt and is a beautiful destination that's equally easygoing and thrilling. Despite being in what most would consider the middle of nowhere, the young park is blossoming with completely original theming and storytelling. Lost Island is an unlikely gem in the Midwest, and its remarkable story is a roller coaster in itself. How did a park end up here? Is it on par with world-class theme parks? This is the challenging story and unique joy of Lost Island Theme Park. Before the turn of the millennium, residents of Waterloo, Iowa were a half-day's drive away from a good family outing. The Birch family, owners of a local cabinet manufacturer, wanted to change that. They had a seedling of an idea and were motivated to give back to the community by building a homegrown attraction. The well-respected cabinet company was known for treating hundreds of its employees to all-expenses-paid vacations. The Birch's upcoming attraction would create that same type of getaway for the Cedar Valley area. It would be the same quality as a vacation destination, but not a world away. The Birches would find their inspiration in the mid-90s during a trip to Wisconsin Dells. They decided on building a brand new water park. Since the Birch family loved tropical vacations, they would give their upcoming water park an island theme. The city of Waterloo, Iowa, having more than 60,000 residents, would get its own slice of paradise. Known as Lost Island Waterpark, the property was officially in development and construction began in 1999. BDR Design Group joined the project, adding a level of creativity and theming to the water park. That creative touch set Lost Island apart from others. The Birch family wanted to exceed everyone's expectations, doing so by following a 4-to-1 guideline. That meant for every dollar they spent on an attraction, they invested 4 times that cost into theming. The project exceeded its $6 million estimated cost as crews worked long hours in preparation for opening day. Despite weather setbacks and other challenges, the process was worthwhile as Lost Island's co-developer Gary Birch said they, quote, wanted to do it right, unquote. By summer 2001, Lost Island Water Park opened its gates to the public. The beautiful 40-acre water park had a bit of a slippery opening season, with low attendance and criticism of its high admission prices. However, visitors would soon discover Lost Island was more than some local swimming pool. Attendance improved, and it was often rated among the top water parks in the US. After a slow start, Lost Island Water Park was finally making a splash, and the Birch family was looking ahead to making new waves. Lost Island Water Park's eventual success led to steady numbers, but the Birches wanted to expand the park to continue their growth. They considered building an accompanying indoor water park, but those plans evaporated during the financial crisis of the late 2000s. Despite that, the Birch family stayed optimistic about an anticipated expansion. In the meantime, they continued making connections in the themed entertainment industry. One manufacturer with a proven track record really caught their attention: Sally Dark Rides. Some of their work included the top-notch Challenge of Tutankhamun at Wallaby, Belgium. Sally Dark Rides developed a stock dark ride option called Forbidden Island, available for any park to purchase. The folks at Lost Island were immediately interested. Even though Lost Island wasn't quite ready to expand yet, they saw this ride as a good fit for them down the line. This unbuilt ride's volcanic finale would even spark a future attraction. Lost Island Waterpark never lost their dream of expanding. In the 2010s, they harvested ideas for a dry park. While Lost Island already knew how to create a relaxing water park, they soon discovered the challenges of developing a fast-paced theme park. A potential Lost Island theme park would not have the budget for a full roster of record-breaking coasters to compete with other regional parks. Instead, Lost Island stuck to what they knew best: really good theming. All that in mind, Lost Island's possible theme park needed next-level storytelling to make it a full-day park. The question was, what would the story be? Many top theme parks use intellectual properties like movies or TV shows as a theme. Lost Island, with concerns about using IPs, instead formed their own path. The Birches would create a completely original story by expanding the water park's tropical theme, but it had to be better than ever. One of their early concepts was themed to the islands around the world. They then looked into the legends of real lost worlds, such as Atlantis and the mythical lost continent Mu. When researching, however, they didn't think that was the right choice for their family-friendly park. They eventually settled on a broader theme, one that would inspire stories of fantasy: the 4 elements of nature. With a unique take on this theme, the Birches created a dense backstory to use as the basis for their new theme park. In 2016, they officially moved forward developing the newest Lost Island experience. After selling the family's longtime successful cabinet business, the Birches were all in. Lost Island once again contracted BDR Design Group to bring their vision to life. With a team of collaborators now on board, the imaginative, faraway world was closer now more than ever. Construction for the $100 million theme park began in 2019. While the future was bright, the process would not be without its challenges. The economic impact of 2020, rising costs, supply shortages, a small fire in an attraction, the harsh weather of the Midwest, and other complications made development an uphill battle. However, the force and passion of 400 workers made the self-funded project possible. The theme park was 3 times the scope of Lost Island's water park. It was like building a city, but really, they were creating a whole new world of discovery. The team pushed through with uncertainty on the horizon, but the job was worthwhile. Contractors were hurried off-site as the new theme park prepared to open its gates. Adventure awaits. Lost Island Theme Park's opening day, June 18th, 2022, came with much excitement and much disappointment. The vibrant 90-acre park was as beautiful as expected, but not all went as planned. Crowds were light, and unfortunately, so was the park's ride lineup. Throughout its inaugural season, Lost Island Theme Park averaged just over 400 visitors per day, which totaled in just 27,000 guests for the entire season. That number was a tenth of what management expected, and only about a third of the water park's attendance. The reason for this low turnout may be due to some major attractions being closed throughout the park's entire opening year. The headlining launched coaster never opened in 2022 due to a holdup in available mechanical parts. The big water ride was postponed after a fire during construction. These disappointing circumstances led Lost Island to cut its debut season short. The theme park operated for only 65 days and ran at a 7-figure loss. For all that, the attendance and ride delay issues were not a reflection of the park's quality and potential. Even though Lost Island needed more time in the oven, visitors still got a taste of what was to come. Lost Island's sophomore year was much more promising. In 2023, the park's attendance nearly doubled, and the roster of attractions had more to offer. As the park saw more success, more visitors got to see the adventures waiting inside. Wa'ari te Akmodu, welcome to Lost Island. It's time to discover the wonders of Lost Island, or Akmodu as it's known in the island's ancient language. Yes, this park even has its own original language. There's a lot to unpack. Akmodu, which has mysteriously appeared in the Iowan Plains, welcomes travelers to explore its many secrets. When visitors arrive at Lost Island Themepark, they are welcomed by a beautifully intricate entryway. The structure is complete with totem carvings from the park's themed lands. The entrance's bright colors and expressive pathway are only the beginning of Lost Island's charm and creativity. Beyond the park's front gate, Lost Island has a memorable grand reveal with the perfectly centered Ferris wheel overlooking the lagoon. Standing in Aramatua, the park's main street, visitors are shown a world of possibilities across the wide-open oasis of a park. Pathways branch off from the Main Street Plaza to the park's 5 distinctly themed lands, known as realms, which each symbolize elements of nature. Each realm has its own culture like unique societies, but all with connecting lore. As Lost Island's main street, Aramatua, continues, it leads to a picturesque waterfront area. This is where the park's characters gather in the morning and afternoon to share the story of Lost Island. The show is headed by Dr. Marion Gallivant, an islandologist who studies and shares the island's mysteries. They're joined by characters from different realms to retell Akmodu's fascinating tale. As the story goes, long ago, the island's realms lived in conflict. That was until an unexplainable event created a powerful, fiery evil. That demon, known as Volkanu, sought to destroy the island, Akmodu. All the realms were in danger. However, the spirit guardians of Lost Island, creatures known as Tamariki, united the realms to defeat the fire demon. The realms put aside their differences and teamed up to save the island. They combined their elemental powers of fire, earth, water, and air to create a golden idol known as the Ora Tika to trap the demon in the Temple of Fire beneath the volcano. The realms then safely lived in harmony for years. The story continues in the first themed land on the left, the Fire Realm, known as Mura. Mura is a dazzling region with a red-hot color scheme and blistering thrills. This realm is home to a clan of courageous warriors. Long ago, the Fire Realm Mura was feared by the other realms, but now in peaceful times, Mura protects the island and its most important artifact, the Ora Tika Golden Idol. The trails of Mura, seared with a volcanic flare, have much to explore. Brave visitors can enjoy the land's flat rides such as a disco coaster, top spin, and sidewinder. There's also the Makatu Shrine, an interactive fountain where visitors can work together to ignite a surprise. Just beyond this raging shrine is a grand 40-foot tall volcano and the Temple of Fire. Inside is Mura's real adventure and the continuation of Lost Island's lore. Volkanu Quest for the Golden Idol is an interactive dark ride where guests are recruited to save Lost Island. Essentially, the golden idol that imprisoned the evil Volkanu has gone missing. The dark force has escaped, and Lost Island is in peril once again. On the ride, guests take an expedition to reclaim the golden idol and defeat Volkanu. The queue's low-light caves have ancient murals, a full-on pre-show, an animatronic, and more. This prepares guests for the quest ahead. Once riders board the attraction, they are armed with a blaster, the Thermal Equalizer, which contains power from the 4 sacred elements of Lost Island's realms. Riders take a treacherous journey to a hidden grotto where they'll recover the stolen golden idol, now guarded by stone figures. Throughout the raging expedition, riders face off against molten minions. The journey ends in the Temple of Fire where Volkanu dwells. Riders return the golden idol, conquer Volkanu, and restore peace for all of Lost Island. Volkanu Quest for the Golden Idol is a blazing multimedia adventure with a level of quality and storytelling that rivals world-class attractions. Its impressive blend of physical sets, a Pepper's Ghost illusion, animatronics, fire effects, 3D visuals, an original soundtrack, and themed smells, among many other features, make it a standout dark ride in the theme park industry. The attraction's immersive queue, full-on pre-show, and trackless ride technology combine for a radiant experience. Volkanu Quest for the Golden Idol is an award-winning dark ride. Once it opened, Volkanu Quest for the Golden Idol earned a Golden Ticket Award and an IAAPA Brass Ring Award as the Best New Family Attraction and the Best New Product. Volkanu is certainly a bright spot at the park, being created in collaboration with Lost Island and the ride's manufacturer, Sally Dark Rides. Mura borders the beautiful Earth realm, Yuta. This realm is a homeland of the Yuta merchants who value preserving the Earth and ourselves. Rooted in the depths of an enchanted forest, Yuta was once a beautifully crafted kingdom with gems and minerals from the Earth. Today, nature is reclaiming Yuta's stunning stone ruins, weaving a more organic beauty across the land. Yuta's leafy paths snake around a few attractions. The Pengali Ruin is the rubbled remains of a mineral mining site where kids can discover treasures buried in the sand. Behind the ruin is the Totara Market, which is completely overtaken by the massive undergrowth of a sacred tree. Yuta also has a small bumper car attraction, but this land has even more striking thrills. Matugani is a forceful coaster experience that twists around Yuta. This coaster is themed to a great emerald serpent that roams the jungles. The people of Yuta long ago thought Matugani was trouble for their realm. One day, a landslide devastated Yuta and trapped its people in the mines. Matugani rescued the people, leading them safely to the surface, and the Great Snake was instantly celebrated. Matugani is now admired in Yuta as being a wise protector. The roller coaster's queue leads to Yuta's decommissioned mining headquarters, which now serves as a temple in honor of Matugani. The coaster launches out of a gloriously imposing snake sculpture among the temple's walls. It's fitting that Yuta cares about preservation and conservation because this coaster was reclaimed from Sweden and refurbished for its second life in Lost Island. This hydraulic launch coaster was manufactured by Intamin in 2005. Its slick green track slithers through 2 inversions with a max vertical angle of 90 degrees. Its fierce launch and snappy top hat element make it among the more intense rides at Lost Island. Farther in the Earth realm is Yuta Falls, a super flume manufactured by Interlink. The ride has a valuable backstory of treating the Earth and its resources with respect. The land has always provided for the people of Yuta until they took too much. The soil became bare and their destruction caused the earth to crack open and swallow the Yuta people. In wake of the devastation, the earth has been replenished with a waterway irrigating the land and the sacred Totora tree, Namua. Yuta Falls soaks riders with its 2 splashdowns. Yuta flows into the next realm, Awa. The shores of this water realm are plentiful with tropical adventures. The navigators of the Awa realm once sailed around the world. Now settled on a lush island, the Awa people embrace a free-flowing way of life, inspired by the open sea. This nautical realm is soaked with splashy colors, thatch roofs, and oceanic designs. Awa's waterfront location gives it a coastal illusion of being on an island surrounded by the ocean. Awa has a nice collection of flat rides, including the swaying tides of sea swell and the swirling Iki Iki escape. The land's tallest attraction is an icon around Lost Island, Alzanu's Eye. This Ferris wheel gives guests a new perspective of the gorgeous theme park. Awa's other notable ride is Awati Water Battle. This is an interactive splash battle ride made by Interlink, featuring reed boats, hand-powered water blasters, and light theming. Awa has not one, but two interactive play areas, Sandcastle, which is down by the shore, and Akua Maze, which is an eye-catching little splash pad. This realm is home to Lost Island's other major restaurant, Whalebone Grill, with tropical architecture and a stunning whale sculpture. The air realm Udara is a society of curious inventors who once lived among the clouds. The mysterious events of Lost Island caused the sky-high society to fall. The once floating Udara was then bound to the ground. From then on, the wise people of Udara were determined to soar once again and restore their airborne society. They built flying machines and towers with the aim of returning home, but nothing has worked yet. The people of Udara are a brilliant, imaginative bunch with high hopes. Their lovely society on Lost Island is a highlight in the park. The Udara realm is sprinkled with aeronautical gizmos and gadgets from their attempts to fly again, even having gears and feathers stamped into the pathways. Udara may be grounded these days, but the land has an airy feel to it with fluffy white designs and pastel purple swirled in. The aesthetic is very distinct, with puffs of theming that give the feeling as if you're walking on clouds. Udara has small embellishes that make the unseen power of air visible. Small pinwheels and the land's central aviarium show off Udara's windy, kinetic energy. Visiting Udara is an inspiring time, with its imaginative, head-in-the-clouds environment and themes of pursuing knowledge. The land has a breezy rhythm, but its major attractions are a real rush. Towering over Udara is Skyborne. This is the tallest ride in the park, standing at 180 feet. Skyborne is a shot and drop manufactured by S&S. Aside from its tall stature and high thrill level, Skyborne is a standout ride at Lost Island for its theming. In the queue, guests learn about the story of Udara and its fallen society. The queue wraps through the libraries and workshops where inventors are building transportation contraptions to go back to the sky. Not many drop towers have pre-shows, but this one does. Guests find out they're testing out a prototype invention that will lift them to the heavens. The experiment doesn't go as planned, and riders plummet back to Earth, back to the drawing board. Amara Aviators is a low-level flying machine, otherwise known as a Skyfly by Gerstlauer. At first glance, this one might seem like a standard spinning ride, but the high-in-the-sky journey is a bit more than that. Riders sit in between two controllable wings to either sway or completely invert with the right movements. It's an easygoing ride that can turn into a whirlwind with enough effort. This invention is a true wind-in-your-face experience. Riders can use their wings to experiment with gusts of wind in an exciting way. It perfectly fits the tinkering, soaring spirit of Udara. Nopuko Air Coaster, named after a famous Udaran inventor, is a Vekoma suspended looping coaster. Serving as the land's backdrop, Nopuko is a refurbished coaster formerly operating in South Africa, and at Lost Island has new trains. Nopuko is a turbulent flight that surges through its sweeping inversions and hectic layout. The coaster flutters about with a few near misses and unexpected jolts. It's an intense ride, but Lost Island has its gentle attractions too. The Spirit Realm is the only realm at Lost Island not based on a natural element. Instead, this is where the island's peaceful guardians live, the Tamariki. Tamariki are mischievous, generous little creatures with the best intentions. They believe in doing good together and living well forever. In the park's backstory, the Tamariki are responsible for unifying the different realms. They are pretty significant for Lost Island as the park's mascot is a Tamariki named Aoka. Throughout the park, small Tamariki figures can be spotted in every realm. The Tamariki realm is the kiddie area of the park, with several rides for children including a wacky worm roller coaster and a play structure. The bright colors and spirited design of the Tamariki realm make it such a cheerful place to be. The Tamariki realm balances out Lost Island nicely, both with its rides and its upbeat mood. As you can tell, Lost Island is far from what you would expect for a theme park in Iowa. There's a lot to appreciate. The individual stories all play a part in the grand theme. That's why Lost Island is a complete experience. It's an artful place to wander. The tight-knit color schemes, the ideally placed rides, the seamless pathways, it all connects wonderfully and purposefully. Lost Island is dynamic as the costumed characters travel around every realm and interact with guests. The stories, the visuals, the characters, it all breathes life into a fairy tale destination worth visiting time and time again. Brand new, independent, story-driven theme parks with this level of quality and detail don't come around often in the US, especially outside major tourist hubs. It's surprising to see and special to experience. However, Lost Island still hasn't reached its full potential. The promising theme park still has room for improvement. Hopefully, Lost Island theme park's attendance numbers will continue to rise. As of the 2023 season, attendance is still light. On the bright side, low crowds make Lost Island a breeze to visit. For those who want a break from busy theme parks or want to marathon every ride, Lost Island is as good as it gets. The park is starting to get more established, as it's making steady improvements each year. Lost Island is said to get some theming upgrades, more shade installed, and general adjustments to elevate the guest experience. That's just the short term. In the long term, Lost Island has expansion pads for several major additions if the park continues to grow. With the possibility of new attractions as well as the emphasis on original storytelling, Lost Island is a place theme park fans should be rooting for. This park is what themed entertainment is all about. What Lost Island was able to create without a team of Imagineers is amazing. Building Lost Island theme park was a risk, but as an independent project, it's definitely an accomplishment, one that hopefully finds its way like the Waterpark eventually did. This park is like a little piece of Orlando bloomed in the Midwest. The Birch family achieved their goal of bringing world-class entertainment to their neighbors in Iowa and for those passing through the area. The park is still being nourished and is growing, but it's definitely the cream of the crop. From a soybean field to an imaginary world of its own, Lost Island Theme Park has an unlikely story, but sometimes the best adventures can be found in the most unlikely places. Special thanks to all who have covered this topic, and to all the Storybook Amusement patrons. Shout out to the producer credits, Parallel Discover, and Nick E. Join today at patreon.com/storybookamusement for early access and other perks. Support the channel and grab some theme park inspired hats and tees at storybookamusement.com. This channel is not sponsored, so your support really helps produce videos like this one. I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. Thanks everyone for watching.